What's up? What's up? What's going on, Solar Family? How are you? Happy New Year. Hopefully, you guys had an amazing, amazing holiday. Happy New Year. Super excited for 2023. What's going on, everybody? Really quickly, excuse me, really quickly, if you guys haven't booked your solar strategy call yet, make sure you guys book your solar strategy call, especially if you want to get started in solar, or maybe you want to learn how to sell virtually, especially, the NEM 3.0 is right around the corner. April 14th is going to be live in California. So if you haven't transitioned or learned how to sell solar virtually, and if you're in California and you're knocking doors, definitely get ahead of the curve and learn how to sell solar virtually, especially if you're knocking doors in California, or maybe California is your market. Or the, I guess, worst case situation is you have to, go in another state until we kind of find out and, what's going on in California as far as NEM 3.0. I know there's a lot of talk been thrown around over the last couple weeks. Obviously, we need batteries, but that's still a discussion right now. But yeah, if you haven't booked your solar strategy call yet, make sure you guys do that, right? Hey, what's up, Tristan? I want to shout you guys out. What's up, Steve? How are you? Nice to see you too, Steve. How's Florida? How's Florida treating you? How is Florida treating you, Mr. Steve? What's up? What's up? I'm going to shout every single person that jumps on live with me. And if you are watching this on a replay, let me know where you guys are coming in from, right? Let me know where you guys are coming in from. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it's going to be a fraction of the rate that the utility company is going to be buying back for the excess production. Yeah, it's right around 8 cents versus, I think, average in California right now is like 30 cents per kilowatt hour. So it's definitely significantly reduced, right? What's up, everybody? Let me know where you guys are coming in from. Let me know where you guys are coming in from. I know Steve is from Florida, is in Florida. But yeah, so my objective in 2023, right, is to go live with you guys every single day, every day. Well, actually, let me back up. Monday to Friday, I'm going to go live and I'm going to answer questions. I'm going to give you guys some updates and some details on what's going on in the solar world, and give you guys some pointers and strategies that's working for us and our students in Solar University, right? So, again, if you haven't booked your solar strategy call yet, make sure you do that, right? Solarstrategycall.com. Somebody do me a favor, type that in the chat. Solarstrategycall.com. Solarstrategycall.com. I sell in SoCal. I'm from Salt Lake City. Awesome. Awesome. What's your plan, Tristan, as far as, after April 14th? What are your plans as far as selling solar out in California? Just out of curiosity. I know Michelle Spina from Solar Edge had a training about NEM 3.0, or the life of a consultant after NEM 3.0. I'm going to get that Zoom from her. I don't have it yet, I don't think, but I'll share that with you guys. If anyone's interested, once I get it, as far as what she had in that training. Awesome. So Tristan, you have your own office. I run 23 setters and 4 closers. Awesome. Been selling for 3 years. That's amazing, man. Awesome, dude. Awesome. What's up, Kyle? How are you, man? How are you, Kyle? Awesome. It sounds like you have something sustainable out there. That's awesome, man. Yeah, yeah. You skimmed through the 260-page NEM report. Okay, cool. But at the end of the day, we'll find a way around it, right? We already know NEM 3.0. We're gonna have to put some sort of battery. So the good thing is that's probably gonna drive the cost of battery down. Just in general, because obviously California is the leader in the whole solar movement. That's not gonna stop. So we'll find a way, right? We're like water. We'll find a way. Awesome. Yeah. So today I just want to go over with you guys, some lead generation strategies with you guys, things that's working for us. And I wanted to share the things that's working for us, right? So maybe you guys aren't using some of these strategies. Maybe it'll spark up some new strategies that you will implement in 2023 to close more deals, right? And just out of curiosity, the folks that's on here, or if you're watching me live, what is your lead generation strategy right now? How do you get leads, right? How are you currently getting leads right now? Obviously, door to door is going to be one of them, right? That's probably going to be a top of the list, especially when you're joining a traditional company. Door-to-door marketing is going to be the top of the list. I mean, first and foremost, right, on the company side, it's free, right? They're not paying any ads. They're not, running any type of ad spend. So door to door and teaching their current sales reps or future sales reps how to knock on doors is going to be key for them, right? Because it's scalable and it's absolutely free as far as the solar company side. And on the consultant side, obviously, I guess you can say it's free financially, right? I always like to say, like, you're gonna pay one of two ways, right? When you're running ads, or excuse me, when you're generating leads. The first place we're knocking doors, it's free financially, but it's not free because you're using your time. Okay. Um, so the other way you're gonna pay is, hey, I don't have time to go knock doors. So now I'm going to either learn how to run ads on social media, or I'm going to buy data, or I'm going to buy leads, right? So now instead of paying with your time, because you don't have much time, you're going to pay financially. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Um, so yeah, cost YouTube ads, that's awesome. Um, Highest cost, best conversion, absolutely. Because a lot of folks in YouTube, right? And I'm gonna go off topic here for a second. When you're running ads, say you're planning on doing it yourself, right? You're gonna run ads. Keep in mind that every social media platform is going to be a little bit different, right? Meaning how a user engages with a social media platform. Meaning that, for example, like what Kyle was saying, YouTube ads, right? YouTube ads is amazing, or Google ads is amazing because homeowners are already looking into solar, right? So they're doing their own research. They're typing in how solar works, how much money can I save by going solar, what's an inverter, whatever they're searching, they're physically looking into it themselves, right? Instead of, say, for example, Facebook marketing, where you don't use Facebook as a search engine like you do in YouTube. So that means that on Facebook, it's a little bit different. These people are not necessarily looking for solar. Maybe they are. Maybe they had a lot of canvassers at the door and they're kind of curious what this whole solar thing's about, but they're not really ready yet to look for themselves. But you post a Facebook ad in front of them, and maybe they're laying in bed and they're like, huh, I've been hearing a lot about this solar thing. There's been a ton of people knocking on my door. Let me go ahead and opt in to this solar thing. But they weren't necessarily looking into solar, right? So that's why I honestly feel, and I agree with Kyle, that that YouTube ads or even Google ads are going to be a higher quality in a warmer lead than somebody on Facebook that is just cruising around and just being nosy, right? I totally agree 100% with you, Kyle. So yeah, so that's one of the ways, right? So I'm going with some strategies on how to generate leads. Obviously, door to door is going to be the best way to get started, especially when your finances are low, right? You don't have much money to spend on ads right now. Hey, it's totally cool. The great thing with Solar University is we teach you how to have an exit plan from the doors to eventually selling solar virtually, right? There is an exit plan because traditional companies, there's no exit plan. It's literally go knock on doors until your whole career with them. And then from there, hopefully you stumble into Solar University, like training platforms like ours, and then you advance your skills, right? You have to personally look into it yourself, right? Hold on one second, guys. My dog's like barking and barking. Hold on one second. All right. So I just had to tell my wife real quick to get the dogs in the backyard because they're barking at squirrels back there. So yeah, so that what was I at? So yeah, so door to door works in the beginning, right? Ideally, if you don't have any finances to run ads and things of that nature, door to door, you'll do that for like 3 or 4 months. And then there has to be a strategy outside of the doors, right? Uh, yeah, that's what dogs do, right, Steve? My dog just barks at every squirrel in the backyard, right? Yeah. Dogs bark? Wow, I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know, Steve. Yeah, you always put a smile on my face, Steve. So that's awesome, man. I love it. So knocking on doors, it's free financially, but ideally you should have an exit strategy from the door, right? So other traditional marketing, right? So I'm going to go over traditional, meaning that's more like face to face when you're out there um, engaging with homeowners, right? So what I used to do personally is door to door, right? I did Leslie Pools, meaning that I asked because Leslie Pools are individually owned. So I asked the manager if I could set up a table outside. Obviously, they're always asking or looking to like, what do they get out of it, right? What do they get out of you standing outside their front door? So what you would normally do, so they can get something out of it, it's a win-win situation for everybody. You're gonna tell the manager that obviously you want to help homeowners save money in the electric bill. Obviously, people that have pool pumps, if it's not a variable speed pool pump, it's going to consume a lot more energy than the traditional pool pump, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to get gift cards. Okay, you're going to get gift cards, and basically what you're going to do, say for example, you buy $100 worth of gift cards or $200 worth of gift cards, whatever that may be, right? And then from there, you're going to get those gift cards. And as people sign up at the door before they walk in, they're going to use those Leslie Pool gift cards. Okay. Obviously, they don't have to sign up for a consultation, but they can use those gift cards. And then from there, it's a win win situation for the Leslie Pool owner. They get a customer to come in to use the gift card. Now they're making money. And it's a win win for you because now you got a lead for 25 bucks, right? And now you have an ability to actually close these deals and make some significant amount of money. Okay. So that's definitely another way. So obviously, for me personally, back in the day when I solely sold solar, that's all I did 24/7. When I was doing full time selling solar, I was working with Solar City, right? Solar City had a partnership with big box stores. Sunrun took over now. So basically, we had Home Depot. So we would go there to Home Depot. I wasn't the Home Depot lead generator. I was the closer, but they had two different, I guess, departments or division. So there was people at Home Depot. The only thing they did was stand at Home Depots and Best Buys to generate leads, right? Um, and there was a field energy consultant at FEC. I was at FEC. I was the one that gets the lead and closes the deal. But sometimes when the leads are slow, you're gonna have to do what you can to try to go get your own leads, right? So I went to Home Depots and I was out there, trying to hustle and get leads as well, along with the other consultants that was their job to generate leads. So Home Depot was one. Farmers markets, right? Farmers markets, obviously, it's getting kind of cold. I'm not sure if there's any farmers markets right now, but when it gets warmer, start looking into farmers market. It's fairly cheap. Sometimes it's only like $50 or $100, and you could be out there all weekend. Obviously, you probably need to invest in some marketing material like a banner, maybe a tablecloth, games and things like that to get the kids engaged. So that's another good resource as well. Those BNI network, mixers actually work as well, right? It's definitely a pitch fest, but it works, right? So those are the strategies that I did like traditionally, like belly to belly, face to face. And keep in mind as well, right? Keep in mind that you should have a referral base of 30%, right? 30% of your business every single month should be coming from referrals. Okay. So you should get, a significant amount of deals from just referrals. And these days in solar, it's very difficult to get a referral these days, right? Because I honestly feel that one, I think the consultant just does not build any type of rapport with homeowners. They don't really know, like, and trust us. Uh, Maybe we also mislead them, maybe not intentionally, but they basically have a bad experience with us personally, right? So that's one why you don't get referrals. Number two, not only do they have a bad experience with us, they have a bad experience with our installer, right? Because everyone's looking for a lower red line. What's your red line? What's your red line? Trying to race to the bottom with the lowest red line, but not also understanding that the lower the red line, the lower the quality of work that you're going to get. Okay. You get what you pay for. You guys heard that saying before, right? And it's not always going to be the lowest red line. With Solar University, I'll let you guys know we don't have the lowest red line, right? We have a very competitive red line that we give our students and our reps, but it's not going to be the lowest one, right? But we do strive on getting quality, high quality installers, right? So if you guys need installers and things like that, a good red line, it ain't going to be the lowest, let you guys know that, but it's going to be the highest quality installers. If you guys are looking for that type of partnership, make sure you book a solar strategy call, right? And we'll see whether or not you're a good fit with our installers, right? Solarstrategycall.com. So yeah, so that's really, really important, right? That's just, I honestly feel, just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, you should be getting 30% of your referrals, right? From 30% of your business should be coming from referrals. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about more like online marketing, right? More like inbound marketing, right? And also kind of outbound. So actually, I want to talk about outbound first. So the second way to generate leads, this is more like online, is to buy data, right? Buy data. So you can buy data from numerous sources out there. If you guys are looking for data, make sure you book your call as well. SolarStrategyCall.com. We have data. We have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of data. And I honestly feel that it's cold and it's not going to be the best, right? As far as like, you know, it's not going to be like warm leads, right? And I'll talk about that in a second. They're literally cold data. So I always compare it to, for me personally, I compare the data as if I was knocking on doors, right? But the great thing is, I don't necessarily have to knock on doors. I can literally be on my phone, or for our students, we use Solar Pipeline, and you could be sitting here on a computer just calling data, whether it's age data or just really cold data that they haven't opted in for solar. Okay. So from there, it's either you go knock on doors when it's 118 degrees outside, and Steve can relate to that. Or in the wintertime, you go knock on doors when it's like, you know, 7 degrees below zero, right? Or 20 degrees. That's freaking freezing. Rather than doing that, because that's completely cold as well, I would rather be at home around my family in an air conditioned room in my office. I could have the heater on, the AC on, and still, you know, call cold data. Yeah, it's not going to be the best thing ever, right? It's not glamorous. It's not sexy to sit here all day, be calling people, but I'd rather call cold data than knock on doors. Okay. But I guess at the end of the day, everybody has their own style. Some folks get a lot of results knocking on doors, but if you're getting a lot of results knocking on doors, also think about having an exit plan. Okay. I think that's what a lot of people miss is, how do I exit from the door? Okay. Because yeah, it's great. Let's get started. Maybe a few months at the door, make that money, but come up with an exit plan. That's what we teach you guys at Solar University. We literally sit down with you and craft the plan. Like, what are your goals financially? And we help you reach those goals. Okay. We also have accountability coaches as well, meaning that, you know, you tell us that you're going to knock on, say, for example, you know, 500 doors, right? Whatever that may be, whatever that number may be. Or maybe you're going to knock on doors for 5 hours every single day, Monday to Friday. And next week, we're going to have an accountability call with you. And we're going to find out whether or not 5 hours a day. And if you didn't, okay, why didn't you? And how can we make up the, you know, less amount of hours that you didn't knock? Okay. Because I honestly feel in this industry, everyone needs a little bit of hand holding in the beginning, because a lot of folks in this industry, which I did as well, I came from a W-2, and then I needed a little bit of hand holding, because you know how it is when you're a W-2, someone's telling you what to do, right? You come to work and your boss says, "Hey, James, I need you to do XYZ task." And that's what you do all day. But obviously, you guys know, or maybe you're watching this video looking to get into solar. When you're a 1099, you have to create your own schedule. You have to treat this business like a business. Okay. And if you don't, unfortunately, it won't pay you like a business. Okay. So for me personally, this is my personal experience and my preference. I would rather cold call than knock doors. And some folks would disagree, which is all cool. They would just rather do something else. And it's totally cool. You know what I mean? It's just my personal preference. Okay. I'm just going to read some of the comments here really quickly. Okay, so what advice does anyone have for someone who extremely introverted getting into solar sales? What part of the process? Because the good thing is, when you're on Zoom, you don't got to be all outgoing. Obviously, you do on a Zoom meeting, but your personality could be a little bit different when you're jumping on a Zoom, right? Because when you're on Zoom, you're not meeting anybody really face to face. So if you like being home, my wife likes being home. She's introverted as well. She likes to do a lot of her business online, a lot of business, at home. She don't really want to talk and interact with people. But I honestly feel if you're getting in this industry, it really helps if you're doing it via Zoom, right? If you're more introverted and you're like, "Ah, I don't want to really talk to anybody, I don't want to go to people's homes, right? But I also want to say this: you also have to step out of your comfort zone as well, right? So along with that, obviously there's ways where you can generate leads, online. You could close these deals online, so you're dealing with less live interaction, like a face-to-face, belly-to-belly interaction. But obviously, this is, I hate using this word, we are still educating, selling solar to homeowners. So you have to really step out of that comfort zone as well because we are interacting with people. Okay. It kind of depends on how severe you are as far as being introverted. You're like, I don't just don't want to deal with people, right? Door to door. Okay, great. So you made it more specific. So door to door, you have to step out of your comfort zone. I can't say like you're gonna do really really well being introverted by knocking doors because usually when you're introverted, you want to be in your own space. You don't want to really deal with other people or engage with other people. So I'll be lying to you if I said that you'll crush it if you don't like dealing with people and you just want to be in your space, right? Because obviously, door to door, you're gonna have to interact with people. There's gonna be a lot of rejections, but the great thing is honestly feel what you'll get out of it if you're introverted is you'll grow as a person, right? Because I honestly feel obviously you're introverted, you like your own space, but you'll also, I think, start understanding that hey, it's not so bad to do belly to belly. It's not so bad to interact with people, right? And if you have a schedule where in your calendar you're like okay I'm gonna go knock on a certain amount of certain days certain amount of time, then at least you know that this is when you have to step out of your comfort zone. This is when it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable because I have to go talk belly belly with homeowners, but you know when to come back home where it's more safe, where you can be in your own space, right? So you're not dealing with people too much. But I honestly feel that there's no way around it. If you're introverted, you don't really like to interact with people. The best way to still stay in the solar industry, if you're introverted in that sense, is to learn how to do it more virtually, right? Kind of like me right now, right? I mean, I'm not introverted. I'm kind of in between, right? I could be home, I could be out. Doesn't matter to me. I'd rather see people actually and talk to other people. I mean, I love my family and all. I love being home. I love my wife. But sometimes for me personally, I like to interact with other people. you know so it's nice to be at home, but for me personally, yeah, I want to be out as well. Okay, so I have no problem with knocking on doors, but obviously like say it can sorry, I probably butchered that name. If you're totally introverted and you don't like belly to belly dealing with people, you have to really step out of that comfort zone, especially if you're knocking doors, right? Especially if you're knocking doors, because I mean you're literally dealing with all walks of life, all different personalities, nationalities, so you have to be prepared for that if you're strictly doing door to door. Okay. Yeah. So Robbie said, I'd rather get 100%, get a straight no at this point than let them think about it when we're at at the coffee table, right? Absolutely. I mean, you guys know a no is not a no, right? No is not right now. Okay. No is not right now. Okay. Just a heads up. A no is not just not right now. Not quite industry. That's why it's super important. As well, you have to have like a CRM. You guys already know the wealth, right? Write this down if you guys don't have a pen and pen. The wealth comes in the follow up. The wealth comes in the follow up. And I want to say a high percentage, maybe 90% of consultants, they don't have a CRM. They don't have a way to follow up and engage with these homeowners. So when they are ready, because knowing that a no is just not right now, knowing that, the question is, how do you still stay top of mind when they are ready to move forward? Okay. How do you stay top of mind when they are ready to move forward? Knowing that a no is just not right now. Okay. And I think a lot of people leave hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table throughout the year because they don't have a pipeline like Solar Pipeline. Check that out, solarpipeline.com. They don't have a CRM, they don't invest in their business to stay connected with their homeowners, because knowing that statement that a no is just a not right now, that means that you have to have a long game follow up, right? Because when they are ready, guess what happens? When you are top of mind, they're reaching out to Robbie, they're reaching out to Steve, right? They're reaching out to Robert, and they're not reaching out to somebody else, and they're not Googling another company because you literally fell off the face of the earth. And keep in mind that you did all the heavy lifting already, right? You were already in the home, probably there for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours at the most. You already educated the homeowner. Might as well reap the benefits in the future, right? Because some deals are future deals. And a lot of folks that don't have a vision and don't build their business like a business, they only can see the deals like this month, or maybe the furthest they can see is the following month, right? There's no projection. But if you can really understand and you build your business like a business, you have a bigger vision, right? You have a bigger vision for your business. And it's not like right now, obviously we will close deals right now, but you will close a whole lot more deals in the future if you know how to stay connected with your homeowners. If you have like automated email messages, text messages that's going out to your homeowners, so you can stay top of mind. Okay. Because the worst thing that can happen is you don't stay top of mind. You did a consultation, you kind of fell off the face of the earth because they said no. And then for some reason, you remember or get triggered like, hey, I need to follow up with James, right? I know he said no like 4 or 5 months ago, but let me just see what he's up to. And the worst thing that you can do, and this happens to everybody, right? If you don't have any kind of follow up, no sequences, your SOP is not quite on point. What's going to happen is you call that homeowner up, hey, what's going on? This is James, right? And they're going to be like, James who? Right? They totally forgot about you because you're not top of mind. You're not dropping any emails. And they're like, oh, yeah, you're that solar guy, right? Yeah. We spoke like 4 months ago. And the worst thing that you can hear from the homeowner's mouth is, hey, I already went solar, right? Yeah, I went solar like 3 weeks ago. And now you lost a deal because you don't understand. A no is just a not right now. And you don't have any systems in place to be top of mind. Okay. Be top of mind. So when they are ready, you're getting a deal. Because like I told you, right? You have not only are you 30% should be coming from referrals, your deals should be 30% of your deals coming from referrals, but a majority of your deals as well that you had consultation with in the past should also eventually come to fruition throughout the year. Okay. I'm not saying next week or 2 weeks from now or a month from now. I'm talking about throughout the year, right? Because the person that you had a consultation with today, what is it? January 5th, 6th, January 6th, right? People that you had consultations with today, they may tell you no, but have that nurture sequence and they may be ready in July, right? Or they may be ready in December. But again, if you let it go and you don't have a good follow-up sequence, then you're just leaving money on the table. Okay. So that's another way to generate leads. And I really speak a lot on follow-ups. Follow-up is going to be the game changer for everybody. Because what happens is everybody is so caught up in a rat race of getting more leads, getting more leads, getting more leads, getting more leads. I understand we got to keep our pipeline full with leads, but there's a point where you don't need any more leads. You need to be able to manage and follow up with the leads that you currently have. Okay. Why get more when you don't even know how to follow up and nurture the leads that you currently have? Does that make sense? Hopefully that's making sense to a lot of you guys, right? Hopefully it's making sense. If it makes sense, just type in yes. Do me a favor, guys. If this is making sense, type in yes, because it's the beginning of the year. And you have to really implement these things that, that I'm telling you guys, because this is what's going to really help you grow your business in 2023. There's really no secret sauce. Okay. The secret sauce is learning something, right? Learning something and implementing it. Okay. That's the secret sauce. Learn something, like maybe from this video, and then implement what you've learned. And also, right? Every time I go live this year, make sure that you have a pen and a pad, right? Have a pen and a pad and write down strategies, right? Write down strategies that's going to help you grow your business. Okay. That's just another tip for you. So when you guys go to conferences, right? SolarCon is right around the corner. Hopefully you guys are going to SolarCon. SolarCon is an amazing conference to network, to learn, sales, marketing, product knowledge. It's an amazing place to be, right? To learn. And when you go to those type of conferences, when you go to meetings, right? When you go to your sales meetings, when you're there at the office and you guys are having a meeting, make sure you have a pen and you have a pad and you're writing down strategies to grow your business. And not only are you writing down strategies to grow your business, you're also implementing these strategies. Okay. There's no secret sauce, guys. I'm literally going to walk you guys through step by step throughout the year when I go live. And the plan is for me to go live every single day, Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. What is Central Time, right? It's going to be early for some of you guys in the West Coast. 10 a.m. Central Time. I'm going to be here sharing strategies that works, that doesn't work, and also answering you guys' questions. And if you guys haven't booked your Solar Strategy Call yet, make sure you guys do that. SolarStrategyCall.com. SolarStrategyCall.com. So awesome. Steven said yes. Robbie said hell yeah. Right. We got a thumbs up from I Am Daniel. Right. Consistency. I love that one. Right. I'm kind of going off topic here, but for me, I like to just go off the cuff. Right. Let me finish up. Let me talk about consistency real quick, and I'll finish up lead generation. Right. So, some of the lead generation strategy that we use, and then hopefully you guys implement some of these strategies. Okay. Consistency. I love that. Who typed that in? Is that Steve? Steve said being consistent, right? That is going to be the key as well. Okay. Because what happens is if we're not consistent in our business, we're not consistent in our strategy, we're not going to get any traction. Okay. It's like going to the gym, and you go to the gym like one day out of the week, right? Okay. That's cool. That's a good start. And then from there, the following week, maybe you go 2 days. And the following after that, you go 4 days a week. And now, you're going 5 days a week. And then all of a sudden you just fall off, right? And you don't go anymore. And then the following week, maybe you go 1 day. And then the following week after that, you go 2. And the following week before that, you don't go, right? There's no inconsistency. You're not going to build any muscle, right? If you're just inconsistent. It applies throughout your whole entire life. Consistency is going to be the key. What you're going to see in this industry, there's going to be a lot of people that get out of the gate running, and then you're going to look for them maybe 6 months down the road, and you're like, what happened to that guy or that girl or that gal, right? Because they're consistent for a small period of time, and then after that, they fall off. Keep in mind with Solar University and the brand I've created with James the Solar Energy Expert, I've been doing this for 6 years now. Okay. 6 years creating videos, providing value, and helping people close more deals, or helping homeowners or educating homeowners so they know how to what to look for, right? What to look for when they're going, when they're installing solar in their home. And that's 6 years worth of consistency, right? Probably almost 7 years now. But keep in mind, the first maybe 2 years or maybe 3 years in YouTube, I got no traction. Okay, everybody? No traction. Nobody booked a call with us. Nobody was commenting. We literally had maybe 1,000 subscribers at the time. But I just kept going. I kept going, kept learning, started hiring coaches, started taking more online courses, started implementing the strategies that I learned. But consistency, like Steven said, is going to be key. Okay, guys? And then run your own race. Okay, everybody? I don't have that much time. I know I'm kind of rambling. Run your own race. We literally have our coaching session in about 20 minutes. That's for all of our students in Solar University. And again, if you guys want to look into Solar University, it's book a call, solarstrategycall.com. We'll see if you're a good fit and if see something we can do to help you out, right? Consistency is going to be the key. Okay. This is solar and this is your own solar business, right? Consider this is now your business. Whether you just got started last week or you've been in solar for a year, 2 years, 3 years, this is your business. Okay. Think of strategies and ways to grow your business. Okay. Because a lot of times too, we're waiting for people, we're waiting for our sales manager, our regional manager to kind of help us grow our business. But at this point, knowing this is your business, you're going to have to look for ways and learn strategies to grow your business. Okay. This is your business. And definitely be consistent. Awesome. Daniel said, just got my first deal of the year yesterday. Yeah. Hats off to you, man. Woohoo. The first of many. You know what I mean? The first of many this year. Okay. And we're here to all support each other. I see. I'm in these, like, I'm pretty sure you guys are as well, right? You guys are in these Facebook groups. I'm not going to name the Facebook groups, but there's Facebook groups and people are new and they're asking legitimate questions. And you just see like other reps, like that are a little more seasoned reps. They just bash these new guys asking questions, you know? And it really irks me. Like, dude, I mean, at one point I was new and I would love to have help from somebody. And keep in mind, over 8 years ago when I started, right? 8 years in solar and 7 years out of 8 years in solar, I literally haven't stepped foot inside a homeowner's house. The first year in business, I had my sales manager and he helped answer questions. But at the end of the day, there was really nobody there, right? To really, because it was still fairly new at that point as far as solar. I don't say it was new, but it was just up and coming. There was not too many reps. There was no coaches out there that could really help you cut the learning curve. And I wish back then that somebody would answer my questions, just like some of these new guys that are jumping on the forum, right? Or jumping into groups, they're asking questions. And unfortunately, some people bash them, you know, but keep in mind that when I go live and James Solargy expert in this page, and if you go in our strategy calls, if you book a call with us, solarstrategycall.com, we're not going to bash you because we're here to help you, you know? And unfortunately, you see so many people like bashing each other in these Facebook groups. I don't even know why I got that wild tangent. But anyways, yeah. So a few more strategies really quickly because I literally have to jump on our coaching session in 18 minutes. Another strategy is obviously paid ads, right? So there's companies out there. I know there's a crap load of them now. Do your due diligence, get, you know, testimonials, ask these folks to like, who are they working with? Because you don't want to get scammed, you know, by these guys, and they end up taking thousands of your dollars, hard-earned dollars, because you didn't do the due diligence. And just keep in mind as well, even if the leads are good, don't bash the lead generator, right? Because if you don't have systems in place, maybe your pitch, your discovery pitch is horrible. Maybe it's okay, it's mediocre. Maybe your close rate is really bad. Maybe you don't have any systems in place to follow up with homeowners. You don't send any videos out before your consultation to build know, like, and trust. And that's the key, before your consultation, right? You have to be sending videos out before your consultation to build know, like, and trust, because obviously homeowners buy from, they know the people they know, like, and trust. If you're not doing those things and you don't have any systems in place, and basically what you're doing is you're buying leads and it's getting delivered into your inbox and you're just calling them up and you literally have no systems, you're kind of winging it, right? That's what I hear from a lot of people. I've been in car sales for 25 years, man. I've been selling lemonade since I was 6 years old, right? But they don't have anything to show for it, right? Just a bunch of talk. I don't need any help. I don't need a pitch. I'm a salesman and I'm a closer. Okay. And they don't have nothing to show for it, right? Because at the end of the day, if you talk a big game, it's all about what are your results? What are the fruits of your game? Okay. And the only way you can really see that the fruits of your game is what do you got? You have a home, you have investment property, you're driving nice cars, right? If you are, then that's a fruit of your game. But a lot of folks talk a big game and that's all they got is talk, you know, because they're just trying to hype themselves up. The ego is just so big, and they just feel like they could do it all themselves. I've done that in the beginning of my career, and that was like the worst thing I could do. The worst thing I did for my career was I felt like I know it all, right? Until I changed the mindset, like James don't know it all. James isn't at the time making, hundreds or even millions of dollars, even hundreds of millions of dollars. So why wouldn't I listen to people that's already making that kind of income? It wouldn't hurt to listen. It wouldn't hurt to join their mastermind, join their coaching program, take their courses, because it sounds like they got something cooking, you know? Sounds like they got something cooking. So, yeah, so don't just blame the lead generation companies that these leads suck if you don't have the systems in place. The other thing, too, is when you're buying leads, just give you guys some pointers. You should have a budget, right, to sustain that ad spend for at least 6 months. Because I can point to you like proven um, companies that can generate results, right, as far as their leads. But if you're going in with your last like $5,000, right, and this is literally like your mortgage payment or your rent or whatever that is, and you're going to spend that and hope and pray to God that it all pans out, then you're really setting yourself up for failure. Okay. I see this a lot where they're like, they're looking into the companies, they did their vetting, so they're like, okay, let's rock and roll. They don't have any systems in place, they don't know how to manage leads, don't know how to follow up, don't even know how to close these deals. They're just like, I'm a closer. I just need leads, right? This is what I hear all the time in Australia. I just need leads, right? Okay. Have you sold solar before? No, but I just need leads. It's the funniest thing. But anyways, if you don't have any systems in place and you're kind of winging it and you put your last $5,000 in there, it's literally gambling your last $5,000. And again, it is there is a risk, but you also want to reduce that risk as much as possible by first and foremost learning how to do discovery calls, how to pitch, how to sell solar at a really high close rate, have systems in place. So when the homeowner does tell you, hey, you know what? Let me think about it, or no, there's systems and mechanisms in place so you can still capitalize on those leads. But if you're just going in there blindly because you have $5,000, that's going to be a problem. You may be losing your money, and I wouldn't doubt it. A lot of folks end up losing money because of that. So take this knowledge again, because it comes from experience, right? I'm not ever going to teach you guys something that I haven't done. Take this knowledge so you don't get burned in the future. Okay. That makes sense, guys? Okay, cool. Yeah, just reading some of the comments. Cool. And if you have any more comments, make sure you guys put it in the chat. Even if you're watching this on a replay, I always reply back to every single comment. I try to. I want to say like 99% of the time I do reply back personally as well. So buying leads, right? So just be careful, do your due diligence, have your systems in place, know the pitch. Everything has to be intentional. You have to have a proven strategy that works, right? You're not going to make millions of dollars unintentionally where you're just going to like stumble into making millions of dollars. Everything that you do from this day forward, if that's your goal, is to make hundreds to millions of dollars. Everything has to be a strategy. Everything has to be intentional, right? And again, those are the things that we teach you in Solar University, how to create that foundation, right? How to create that foundation. So you have a proven methodology, SOPs are in place. You have proven strategy that actually works. Okay. So I'm going to answer a few more questions, but I got to log off here in a minute. But if you guys have any other questions and comments, again, I'm going to be going live every single day, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Central Time, my time. So that's 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. I'm going to answer as many questions as I can, give you guys some tips and pointers, what's working for us in our organization, and some of the things that aren't working, right? And maybe, don't get me wrong, if you want to try it for yourself, if it's not working for us, doesn't mean it won't work for you. But I just want to share it like openly with you guys throughout the year. Like you guys can see me how we're growing our business, right? And then hopefully you guys can get some tips and pointers and implement the things that we're doing to grow our business. Okay. Um, so if you're a new rep, is it okay to work on self improvement the first month before going to the door? For example, study to make sure you know your stuff or personal health. Man, yes, I can't agree enough with you that you need to work on your mindset, right, before you get in this industry. Not only your mindset, you have to establish solid goals and the purpose why you're doing what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, we're very lucrative in solar, okay? Very lucrative. And keep in mind as well, because this industry is so lucrative, there's so many more competition out there. And don't get me wrong, there's enough for everybody, right? You can't have a lack mindset. There's enough for everybody. But knowing that, you really have to have a coach, really work on your mindset. I can't stress that enough. Because once you create that foundation, when you have a solid mindset, when you have a solid, like, intentional plan, and the only thing you're doing is literally executing the plan, it makes it so much easier to reach your goal. Because a lot of people don't want to invest in themselves, right? And keep in mind, we have a coaching program, and it's not for everybody, right? I always say it's just for folks that want to take it to the next level, that wants to change their life, that wants to have financial abundance, that wants to have a community of people, like-minded people. It's not for everybody, okay? So again, it's one of those things that there's going to be a point in your career, and ideally, it should be the beginning of your career. And even if it's not the beginning of your career, maybe you're a couple months, couple years in, invest in yourself, because the biggest investment where you're going to reap the benefits financially is by investing in yourself. And I can't stress this enough. I can't stress it enough. If you take inventory last year, this is gonna be my homework. I gotta log off. I literally gotta jump on our coaching session. And I'd love to see you guys there as well. Book a call, solarstrategycall.com, solarstrategycall.com. .com. Uh, um, take inventory. Okay. It's the beginning of the year. Take inventory right off after this call, or right after this live session. Take inventory, like, how much money, monetary value, did you invest in yourself last year? Okay. How much? And there's no right or wrong answer. Ideally, you should have invested in yourself, right? What is that dollar amount? And you can even type it in here if you know that number already. What is that dollar amount that you invested in yourself last year? And this year, invest even more and double that, whatever it was last year. Okay. And if it's zero, it's all cool. Start now, start today, right? Invest in yourself, because the more investment, and I'm going to leave it as this, the more knowledge you know. Okay. Write this down. This is the key. The more knowledge you know, and the more value you provide to the world, the more your income will grow, right? The more knowledge you know, the more your income will grow. Okay. You are where you're at right now financially, whether you're happy with it or maybe you're still working on getting to that goal. You're at where you're at right now financially because of the investment that you invested into yourself. Okay. Because it's very hard to take it to the next level, whatever your next level is for you, without help, without knowledge from other people, right? And all these people that you see online, Grant Cardones and Gary V's and all these influencers in the industry, they took coaching. They didn't get there on their own. Okay. You're not going to reach your goals if it's a higher goal, if it's a goal that scares you, you're not going to reach that on your own. It's gonna cap out at a certain point. You're gonna hit that ceiling, and it's gonna cap out. So you need to increase the ceiling of knowledge by investing in yourself. And as this ceiling of knowledge increases, your finances increases along with it. Okay, I can't stress that enough. So if you invested zero, it's all good. Now you know. Okay, now you know. It's literally investing in yourself. I guarantee you. Call me out next year, or excuse me, the end of this year, December 31st, 2023. Call me out if you invest in yourself and you got nothing out of it financially. If your financial status didn't increase, if you invest in yourself, and more importantly, okay, more importantly, don't invest in yourself. Do not invest in yourself if you're not willing to put in the work. Okay. Because by joining courses, joining programs, going to masterminds, those are great. You're going to learn information, but no one is going to do the work for you. Okay. So there's one point where you're investing, and there's also another point where you're actually implementing the strategy they're teaching you. So let me make that clear. Don't just invest in yourself and do nothing. You can't invest in yourself and mindset and be like, I'm going to change my mindset. I'm going to make a vision board. I'm going to change the things that I'm saying, right? The negative things I'm saying to myself, but you don't implement any of that stuff. Okay. On how to change it. You're not implementing vision boards. You don't write down like what you're grateful for, what you're thankful for every single day. You're not implementing the things that your coach are telling you to do, then it's going to be useless. Okay. And then you're just wasting money. So make sure that you invest in yourself. And more importantly, that's one step. More importantly is also implement the things that you guys learn. Okay. I'm just going to read one more comment and I have to log off from here. I got hired mid-December. The job kind of fell into my lap. It made me realize I have to change 10 to 15 years of bad habits in just a few days or weeks. Hey, it doesn't have to necessarily, you have to just drop everything. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes, you go hard like, hey, I learned these things. I'm going to change my ways, my habits. And then don't kick yourself in the ass if you kind of fall back to it a little bit. Okay. But just as long as you're catching yourself, like, oh crap, you know what? I'm thinking about negative things again, right? Oh, I'm not, putting in the work that I'm supposed to, which I've been doing for the last, week or two, and I'm kind of starting to slip. You need to catch yourself, right? That's the main thing. Catch yourself like, oh crap, I'm doing that again. This is what I learned from my coach and how to overcome that. Let me get back on track and on path, right? Nobody's perfect, man. The only one perfect here is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, right? And everyone's trying to be in that playing field. But as human beings, we're going to stay on track, and then we're going to fall a little bit. The main thing is to understand, okay, crap, I'm slipping and I need to change the habits and the behaviors, and I got to get back on track. Okay. I literally got to get off here, guys. So nice talking to everybody. Happy New Year, everybody. Implement the things that I've told you. If you haven't booked your Solar Strategy Call yet, make sure you book your call, solarstrategycall.com. If you guys looking the best CRM, the best network of installers, solarpipeline.com is the way to go as well. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Again, I'm going to be live 10 a.m. Central Time, 8. Is it 8? Yeah, excuse me, 10 a.m. Pacific. Yeah, Central Time, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 11 Eastern. Okay. Other than that, you guys have an amazing weekend. Go out there, go crush some deals, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Peace out, everybody.